you are just living from one dependent piece of affirmation to the next.
You're spiraling and you don't return to normal till he gets back to you.
You're like, yep, that's me. I feel it. I hate it. I know I do this. I hate it. What do I do?
Hey guys.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Kaitlyn.
And we are your
best friends. And we're back again. Today we are going to be talking about a very real relationship topic. If you are fearful that your boyfriend or girlfriend is going to leave you, if you have deep anxiety, if you really struggle with a lack of security in your partner, it might not even be something that they've done. It might be your past with exes who have left you. It might be
family
members that have left that weren't around for you. It might be friends. For whatever it is, you are lacking the security and comfort in a relationship. You are lacking peace, and you are struggling trying to see, how do I know that if I choose this person to spend my life with, that they're not going to leave me one day?
You're living in a state of anxiety. You're living in a state of fear. And you're also living in a possible dependent state as well. You kind of can become dependent on somebody's affirmations to telling you they're going to stick around, telling you everything's okay, telling you they love you, and you are just living from one dependent piece of affirmation to the next. And I mean, I've been there in parts of my life, and in a relationship, I've had bits and pieces of feeling what you feel, and it's not a nice place to live in. You feel that you don't know what the future holds, and the future is scary because are they going to leave you? But also right now you have the relationship, but you're still not secure in it.
So it might be something that your partner isn't giving you, but at the end of the day, if this is something that's showing up in multiple relationships, if the guy that you're with is good to you and you guys are on the right track and you do love him, you could be letting your internal fears manifest themselves into your relationship and into your life, even if the guy is good. If it's you and it's not the guy, it's going to show up regardless of who the guy is. So it's time for you to decide now, do I want to continue to let this fear dictate how my relationships are going?
It's not a problem to be that way. It's a lack of something. Somebody did hurt your heart in one way, and so now you have this hole that you are constantly trying to have it be filled up by the affirmation of another person. And so the key is, we want you, and I know you want you, to be a healthy, secure, and whole person. And so that comes from what Kaitlyn just said, and it comes from recognizing, one, what are your deepest fears? Our personality types have these deep-rooted fears for specific reasons. So one, figure out what are your fears. Now figure out where do these fears come from. What lack in your life happened to that now you have this fear? And then start realizing, how do I take these deep fears and how do they come out of me? If we are living out of a response of fear, just like what Kaitlyn said, it will start to manifest itself. How do your personal lacks and how do your fears take place in your relationship? Start taking note in that.
And so if you're the person who your deep fear is that this man is going to leave you one day when you trusted him with your heart, a few ways that you might manifest that fear is you might start spiraling when he doesn't text you back, when it's been a day and he hasn't texted you yet, but you're spiraling and you don't return to normal till he gets back to you. Or he's in a bad mood one day, maybe something happened not related to you, and all of a sudden you start thinking, wow, he doesn't like me anymore, crap, and you start to shut down. And you might be afraid of getting married, afraid of commitment. So when it's your relationship's getting serious and you think you might marry him, you start finding ways and little things wrong because you're really just afraid to trust your heart to that person. So that's a few ways that if you're struggling with this very specific fear, that it can manifest. Because what happens is, the thing that we're most afraid of, if we let that fear control our life, as Sarah's saying, then we can actually cause the thing that is our worst fear to happen. Because when you respond out of that fear, you start pushing him away because you're letting fear control your life. You're not taking control of your fear.
And so I'm sure, you're like, yep, that's me. I feel it. I hate it. I know I do this. I hate it. What do I do? How do I become like you guys? Okay, well, first of all, we are just humans, and I have my insecure moments. You want to know how to be secure. So the first thing we got to do is we got to find what is that source that you could draw from that will actually fill up.
Dang it, that was mine.
Your lack. What is the source that you can drink from with a straw and it will always fill you up? And that source, I don't care if you're Christian or not, I don't care. That source is God. I want you this week to start going to God. I want you to start having 10 minutes every day, and you'll see that it'll probably be longer than that, to sit in your bedroom alone with your phone, please, outside of your room, and for you to start talking to God about your insecurities, to have him ask him, can you show me where are the roots of my problem? Like, where did I get this from? You'll probably get emotional because God's real. So God's really going to start showing you things. It's crazy what happens when you give God some time in your life. And also write a list of the kind of woman you want to be. You want to be a woman who doesn't freak out if he doesn't text you. You want to be a woman who's happy for him when he goes and hangs out with a friend. You want to be a woman who has your own dreams and desires and passions, and you're not just like depending and surviving on this dude. Ladies, we got to start standing strong in who we are. We got to be excited about where God's taking us. And so if we just shift the focus from that man to all of a sudden what God has for us and who we are, and now it's shifted again and we can see it so clearly, that's what God will do with your life.
And that's where it comes in, that you're drawing from the well of life. If you're drawing from God, if you're putting your hope and security in God, then what that means is no matter what happens on this earth, even if your worst fears come true, which, shoot, don't want to say that, might be jinxing it. No, we don't live like that. Even if your worst fears come true, if your security is in something eternal, then you can say, all right, if he left me, I would be okay. Nothing that scares the crap out of me can shake me, because my faith is not in anything in this world that can be shaken. The other thing is, you have to notice when you are operating out of fear and practice stopping yourself. It's not going to happen overnight with one video. Next time he doesn't text you back and you start spiraling, do not respond like the girl who lives in fear. Whatever you normally do out of fear, choose not to respond that way. Choose to respond out of love.
Out of love. That's the key. In life, we have two options with everything. Love, fear. We only have two choices. You're going to get to choose. I want to start practicing to respond out of love. Love says he's not texting me. That's okay. I love him anyways. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to go journal. I'm going to go spend time with God. Love says if he said something mean to me, I can communicate it to him in a healthy way. I don't have to scream. I don't have to cry. I don't have to draw away in order to draw him in. Love changes everything. We are imperfect human beings, so it's like there is no rival. There is no video that fixes it. All of us are practicing.
Whatever type of fear you're dealing with, we all are afraid of the future, of the uncertainty that lies ahead. So you, my friend, are afraid of the future in your relationship, but in one way or the other, all of us, Sarah and I included, struggle with fears of what's going to happen in the future.
It's uncertain.
Because it's uncertain. So 2 practical tips for you. 1, train yourself to start letting go of trying to control the future. Train yourself to start trusting God with your future, knowing that he has your back. The more you let go of that control, the freer you're going to walk in your life. Second of all, if you're thinking about it and it hasn't happened, let it go and say, I'm choosing the state that I'm in today. Today I'm in a relationship. Today he's with me. Today he loves me. What's happening right now and not what I'm afraid will happen in the future. And if you catch your mind wandering to the future, train yourself and practice to just start letting it go.
This was one of my biggest struggles. This video, this was me. I mean, I wasn't thinking he was going to leave me. My thing was more so fear of the future. I always thought growing up, because the movies and these cute videos tell you, like, I just knew he was the one. So I created this idea in my head that I should just know that he's the one. And I started reacting the first few months completely out of fear. Not even knowing that I was pushing him away and putting too much pressure on him as a human being to perform to be this perfect person. And if I could go back, I would have seen that the more secure I am in who God, in the kind of life that God has for me, the more free I am, the more beautiful life is with everybody around me. And so I just wanted to extend that really was me. It was this whole fear, the relationship with fear. I was responding heavily out of it, and I'm not anymore. But I gotta say, really the only reason why is not because of quick fixes, because I still have moments. It's really because I'm on this journey with God, praying to him. I'm looking out for answered prayers. He's bringing me resources, books, little videos, clips. Sometimes I'll be scrolling on Instagram and it's a clip I needed for just that day and just that insecurity. But it's only a life with God.
It's true. It's only a life with God.
Only a life with God.
You can find peace that cannot be shaken.
And that life that you've been craving.
That's real.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I think we summed it up pretty well.
I know. With that being said, do follow us on Instagram, and of course DM us if you need more personal responses to what you're going through.
Subscribe to our channel so you can be our best friends, because we are your best friends and we love you. Like this video so that it could get seen by more people.
And share it to a friend who's struggling with this.
Yeah, seriously, if you know a friend who's in a relationship right now that's struggling, please.
Okay.
We love you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.